guys, today we've got Crocs being banned. People are starting to lose trust in these 2025 sneaker releases, and we might finally learn what actually happened to Yeezy and Adidas. Welcome to Sneaky Sunday. How has your weekend been? What did you buy? What did you pass up on? How was your Halloween as well? Did you get any special drops for that? Let's jump into a quick release recap before the upcoming stuff, and we're going to start off with the Puma Skepta collab that they just dropped. These things are pretty dope. Let me know if you picked them up. And be honest, who copped the freaking toe shoes? These things dropped on November 1st. I know some of you wiki feed enjoyers went out to buy these things. They are looking basically like a Yeezy slide at the back, but then just a whole other monster at the front. Action Bronson and New Balance dropped a couple different models. The Rebel V4 and the Minimus Trail model. Both of these things sold out completely, which is crazy. They must have been insanely limited. And then, of course, the big Jordan release for the weekend was the Air Jordan 14 Black Toes. These things dropped, I believe, on the 2nd. Let me know if you picked a pair of these up. But let's get into this upcoming stuff, starting with a little comparison, which I thought was pretty cool, done by Soul Retriever on the upcoming Wu-Tang Nike Dunks. They compare them to the Iowa Nike Dunk High. Now, the Iowa Nike Dunk High, they dropped in 2020, I believe, as a retro, and I think they're like severely under retail. So it's kind of like, do you want this super hyped up Wu-Tang pair, or are you just like, I want a yellow and black dunk? I don't know. This comparison is just a little bit interesting, just so you can see the difference, or maybe you own this Iowa pair. There is some significant differences in the color, so, well, I mean, significant, they're minor differences. So we've got like a much brighter yellow for the regular pair of dunks. It looks like, and what I think a lot of us would have assumed, is that the leather is a lot better on this Wu-Tang pair. It looks tumbled, it looks a lot softer, whereas this is kind of like that plasticky dunk leather that, you know, Nike likes to include on all of the recent dunks. Then we got a bunch more shots. Obviously, you're not getting the Wu-Tang logo, that's for sure. Some more comparison shots, which is, yeah, I just think it's kind of cool to see. This is going to be dropping on November the 9th for anybody who's interested through the Nike Sneakers app. I'm talking about the Wu-Tang pair, so let me know what you think of this comparison. Would you settle, or would you be going for the Wu-Tangs? I think I know the answer. As we know, we just had the A$AP Rocky and Puma collaboration on the Inhale model. Well, now we're getting the full-on Wham Bam GR release, which includes, I think, 18 different colorways. This is something I assumed would happen. They're all $100, which is really solid. I actually think that this is a dope sneaker. I think the A$AP Rocky ones are really clean, but these are just as good if you wanted to pick up an affordable pair. And they're doing some pretty decent colorways. A couple of them are dropping on November the 7th. I think this one and this white one over here, which I actually really like, with the red kind of like flame looking accents. But then again, we're also getting like green, teal, yellow, blue. Like, there is so many different colorways to choose from if you wanted to try out this sneaker model. As expected, Salehe Bembury's New Balance 530 is going to have another drop. So I believe it was the 1st of November that they dropped on beasponge.com. That's Salehe Bembury's website, but now they're getting another one on November the 7th through New Balance's website, and of course a bunch of different retailers. I assume these are going to be very limited. They were limited through beasponge.com, so I imagine, just like other, you know, Salehe Bembury New Balance collabs, they're going to be hard to get. Drake and Nike are not stopping with the freaking Nike Hot Step 2. They just did the, I think the last one was like the tan colorway. Well, now they're doing Mint Foam, which is also going to be another Nocta website exclusive. These are going to be dropping at midnight, which is the usual drop time on November the 5th. These ones are probably the weakest out of all of them, at least in my opinion, although the entire upper on these things does reflect, just like the orange colorway, which is pretty cool, I guess. November the 15th, we're going to be getting the Phantom colorway of the Air Max TL 2.5. This is it over here. Nice colorway. I think the all over black colorway is also going to be dropping very soon in November, but yeah, just wanted to give you an update on this one. November 27th, we're getting the Scooby-Doo Puma MB.04, which is actually pretty cool. I love the colors on these things, but yeah, it is an actual Scooby-Doo collaboration, so you got like the little flowers over here, and obviously the colors match. You got a little Scooby-Doo logo on the back as well. It's fun. Update on something we spoke about on Wednesday. The Lil Yachty Nike Air Force One Concrete Boys collaboration is actually dropping this month. So it's going to have its first little launch at Complex Con, which is the 17th, or the 16th and the 17th of November. And then it's going to have a wider release at some point during November, probably after that date, towards the end of the month. That's going to be through the Nike Sneakers app and maybe some retailers, but I doubt it. It's probably going to be a Nike Sneakers app exclusive. Either way, these things are actually dropping. I think they were rumored to be a friends and family only, but we are actually getting them, which makes makes sense because they've done like a custom box and everything like that. These are still, I think, a relatively lazy collaboration, but they're kind of like a step above the Utopia Air Force One. So you got like the Utopias, which are down here, literally a logo on the back, and then you got these, which actually, you know, put some colors into it. It does have the logo, but you also got like custom tongue tags, insoles, custom box. So yeah, it's a little bit higher effort than those. Don't forget, in November as well, we're going to be getting the Travis Scott Jordan Jumpman Jack Dark Mocha. This is dropping on November the 16th, and we've got some official images over here, at least official retailer images. So take a look at them. What do you think? Are you going to be going for these things? Let me know down in the comment section. That Jack logo does wear away pretty quickly, so that's one thing to note, but I mean, it's the bottom of your shoe. I don't think people really care. Retail is set at $200. I mean, if they make a decent amount of pairs, I think they could be up there with the sales. I don't know which one I prefer, but it is a solid colorway. Sticking with Travis Scott and talking about 2025 releases, we've got the Travis Scott Nike Zoom Field Jacks, and this is the Lech Blue colorway in HD. We've been taking a look at like very, you know, kind of like blurry early images. Now we got these things in a studio where they got some really cool shots of these things. That looks a lot more sail or tan rather than white. The blue looks really nice. It kind of reminds me of like similar colors to like the PlayStation Dunks. These are the best images so far. Again, this is going to be lined up for a next year release, which I actually think is right around the corner. Let me just double check. Yeah, March 2025. I heard some people say that these are going to be dropping in January, but I would err on the side of caution with that, and I would just assume it's going to be coming very early 2025. Let me know what you think about these down in the comment section. Again, you guys know my opinion on this pair of shoes. It's yeah, I mean, if you don't know, it's really not my favorite. It's meh. Another very early 2025 release, which we got some better images of, is of course the Nike Kobe 6 All-Star 2.0. One of my favorite Kobe's I have ever seen. These things look super, super clean. We actually got some, I guess you could kind of say, on-foot shots. This one over here of Kobe's wife, and then some better images. These are the actual, like, official ones. These are going to be dropping on February the 13th, so around All-Star weekend, and they're looking solid, man. I don't know what you could say about these things to make me dislike them, but they're looking really, really good. Let me know what you think about these down in the comment section. Again, we've spoke about them in length, so I only wanted to give you guys an update on these photos and the release date, so let's keep it moving. Right, we got another storytelling stretch from Jordan Brand. This right here is our first looks at the upcoming Air Jordan 3 Lucky Shorts. They're going to be dropping March 29th, 2025. And the interesting thing and why I say it's a stretch is because the whole Lucky Shorts story theme that's going on with these things is basically when Michael Jordan used to wear UNC shorts under his Chicago Bulls shorts, and so they're putting the UNC color on a pair of Jordan 3s. Now, it's a little bit of a stretch, like just call them UNCs or just call them, you know, the freaking, I don't know, Lucky Blues or something like that, but the Lucky Shorts idea only really worked if you, I don't know, did something a little bit more creative, like maybe make it a red thing at the back, like a red heel back, and then you scratch that away, and then it's blue, and then that would kind of make sense into the storyline of the Lucky Shorts. But it's just one of those things where like Jordan Brand does this quite a lot, where it's like, it's not a bad colorway. I'm not saying it's a bad colorway, but I'm just saying like the storytelling behind it is a little bit, it's a little bit of a stretch. Like the Jordan 1 bubble gums where they're like, yeah, MJ used to love, you know, chewing bubble gum, so here's like a little bit of bubble gum on the underneath of a Jordan 1. It's like, what are we talking about here? Like, how much are they going to stretch this storyline? I will also mention that this is the first looks over here, but the release date is February or March, one of those, so they haven't really specified. But yeah, it's a clean colorway, super clean. It's got some sail accents. It's got obviously the UNC colors around the back, but other than that, it's pretty much just white with some gray suede, so no elephant print, which I guess is interesting. But let me know what you think about these down in the comment section. Do you like them, or do you think this is a stretch as well? One of the most anticipated Jordans for next year is the Air Jordan 4 Rare Air. We've got some much better images and even a video of the unboxing, which is actually like, it's not coming in this box, which is photoed over here. At least I don't think it is. Either way, let me show you some of these shots. I think we took a look at these images on Wednesday, but here you go. This is what they're going to look like. But the interesting thing is, like, I don't know what's going on with the box. We've got a video over here of someone unboxing this pair, and this is like an early pair. These are going to be dropping 2025, so this is like a very early pair. But if you take a look at this, it's got the it's got MJ's face. Like, this is the, you know, something they did on Jordan sneakers back in the day, and they're bringing that back, and that was supposed to be something that's confirmed by a bunch of different sneaker leakers. So I think this is the box that's coming, not the one that was pictured over here, I believe. believe. It's a little bit confusing, but yeah, you can see exactly how they come. They come with like the extra patches, which is one of the like main features of this pair of shoes that you can kind of swap out, put upside down, do whatever you want with it. But it's got the Nike Air branding. It's looking pretty clean in my opinion. It's a fun colorway, and I think the box they did a good job. I really hope that they do come in this box and not the regular Jordan box. We'll have to wait and see. If we get any updates or any clarity on this, I will let you guys know. Oh yeah, and as far as the release date, February the 15th. February is stacked next year. It is stacked. But is 2025 as stacked as we think it's going to be? Because this is the most confusing thing. Take a look at this. Is the Air Jordan 1 Low 85 Royal canceled? Here's a look anyway. So this was like rumored for a while that we were going to be getting a Jordan 1 Low 85 Royal colorway, and then the rumor started spreading that it was canceled. And this rumor of them being canceled was not just by random people, it was by like big sneaker industry insiders like Z Sneakerheads, who was commonly very accurate. He said that these things are not going to be dropping. However, what the hell is this? We have actual images of these things. What is going on here? So these images are not from some sneaker leaker. These are actually retailer images from Size, which, if you guys know, Size is like a huge retailer here in the EU and the UK. So this is not a fake pair of shoes. Like, this is a real product that has already been sent out to retailers. Like, we have images of these things, but they're supposed to be canceled. So what is going on here? Now, these were originally supposed to drop spring 2025, so it's a little bit weird that Size already has pairs of these things. They do point out here on Sneaker News that this neither confirms nor denies that these are actually going to release. Like, they could still be canceled, but then how many pairs have they produced? It must be the like full amount if they're already sending them out to retailers. So I don't really know what's going on here, but it definitely makes 2025 a little bit questionable, because we've seen so many different conflicting things. We've seen a lot of shoes getting pushed back, a lot of shoes getting canceled, and now this one is being like, yeah, it's canceled, but it exists. It's right here. Another thing with 2025 releases that I thought was pretty interesting, Z Sneakerheads posted on Instagram that the navy Nike SB Jordan 4 is pushed back to summer 2025. Now, why I think this is interesting is that he is only talking about the navy colorway and what's going to happen to that university red colorway that we were also supposed to be getting alongside this. So I believe this was supposed to be a February or March release, and now it's getting pushed to summer 2025, which is also pretty interesting. Like, they're pushing so many. I wonder what is actually going on here. Like, what is going to happen next year? Is it going to be as crazy as we thought, or is like just the crazy leaks and rumors so far off and they're just really spurring, like, I don't know, getting people to talk about stuff when there may not be as much to talk about as we are thinking right now. Either way, it does look like this navy colorway is going to be dropping, and that is for a retail price of $225 at some point this summer. We still haven't seen any actual images of these things. And then final thing for 2025 releases, this is also a very interesting and weird thing that I think Jordan Brand did. So you guys know the black toe ones that were supposed to drop, I believe, on the 18th of October. They got pushed to 2025, and this was interesting because it was the first time we saw a sneaker like this be pushed so last minute. Like, retailers already got pairs, like so many people already had early pairs. It's because this pair of shoes was all lined up. But now I think we just found out why. Fortnite is adding sneakers to their game, and the one that they specifically use as a lot of promo is the upcoming black toe Jordan 1s. You can see all of these on-foot shots. It's got the Air Jordan instead of the Wings logo, so we know that this is the upcoming pair of black toe 1s and not just like the older one. They're all wearing it. They've got the red laces and everything. This is like an actual collaboration. Like, even Fortnite posted about it with this image, this video, sorry, over here. They're saying, introducing Kicks, the newest form of self-expression in Fortnite, an upcoming category of originals, an exciting partner cosmetic to show off just how fashionable your feet can be. So, but I think this is why they delayed the release of this pair of shoes. They were going to release the shoe, and then they found out that they could collab with Fortnite, and they were like, yeah, let's do that instead. And then when it comes to the actual release, all of the kids that saw these things are going to be like, yo, those are the Fortnite ones, and then they're going to buy them. This is only going to be unlocked on November the 12th. Let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. It's pretty crazy and pretty interesting, but let's keep it moving. We just got some more on-foot shots of the upcoming Union LA Air Jordan 1 High OG Chicago Shadow, which is going to be dropping next year. They retail for $200, and here are the on-foot shots. So we now know what extra laces are going to be coming in the box. Not blue ones to match that damn stitching, but some orange or the yellow, you know, the Union colors are going to be on the extra laces, which honestly kind of makes them look like a little bit little bit of that Ronald McDonald action going on. Definitely prefer the sail and the black. And look, I've seen a lot more people talking about this pair of shoes in a somewhat negative light, which I'm like baffled by. I'm honestly baffled by, because these is pretty much what people were asking for when they did the whole Betty's Beauty Supply drop with the, you know, the one that was stitched in the middle. People were like, we hate these freaking things. We just want another colorway of what you did on the last two. Why the hell didn't you do that? Well, now that they're doing it, everybody's like, these are basic. These are kind of like the same. We want something a little bit different. And it's like, you just cannot please anyone. I think these are dope, and I don't see why anybody would be upset at a release of these things. I mean, maybe the people who have the original colorways are kind of like, nah, keep those special. But for anybody who doesn't, like myself, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be picking these things up. It's a great colorway and one of my favorites, I think, out of the three. I think these things are dope. Let me know what you think of these down in the comment section. Again, these are gonna be dropping summer 2025 for $200. Don't forget, this or next month, we should be getting the Corteiz Nike Air Trainer Huarache pack. So this is the colorway that they have chosen to kind of leak and like, you know, put out there in terms of images. This is the one with the camo. You've got the strap. You've got I think these things are actually looking better and better the more I look at them. Like the chunkier midsole does look pretty solid. It's definitely a questionable sneaker. Like it's a bit of an out there model, but I think people, like, from what I can tell, you guys were saying how much you like this pair of shoes, which is interesting. So maybe they're gonna do really well with this collaboration. There's 3 different colorways that should be dropping, again, either this or next month, and that is these 3 right over here. A light bone colorway, my personal favorite, maybe. I think the black and the camo might be pretty nice as well. But yeah, these 3 colorways should be dropping very, very soon. We've only seen the gray colorway. They're going to retail for $210. Let me know what you think about these down in the comment section. Are you going to be trying them out or passing? Let's get into this interesting Yeezy news. So it's nothing massive, but we just found out that there's going to be another Ye documentary coming very, very soon. So the film reportedly had a $1 billion budget and has been in the works for the last 6 years and will feature never before seen footage showcasing a cinematic perspective on Ye's career. So it's going to be titled In Whose Name, and this is something I believe is confirmed because Ye reposted stuff about it. So I think this is actually happening, unlike, you know, the Genius one he didn't like. This one he seems to actually be cool with. So here's the general synopsis of this and why I think this is personally pretty interesting. With a $1 million budget and a commitment to truth, Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, invites an 18-year-old Nicholas Ballesteros, armed with an iPhone, on a 6-year journey revealing unfiltered aspects of celebrity life which confront the provocative opinions, grand visions, and bold contrarian that defined him as the world's most controversial artist. The film follows Ye's ascent to becoming the richest black man in American history while uncovering why the superstar risked everything he had built in the name of freedom. So that's the really interesting part. Like the past 6 years of footage that we know that the whole Yeezy thing ended, the whole Gap thing ended, basically all of his relationships. And I think an inside look into all of that would be very, very interesting. It's kind of the thing, is like we never really got his side of it. Like he brought out like the different albums that he's released post all of his collaborations ending, post all of the drama. They never addressed any of it really. He just went on like rants about, you know, F Adidas, and you know, the Vultures album didn't really have too much substance. So it would be very interesting. Like this is what a lot of people wanted, was like a little bit more of his opinion on everything and like what he did as everything went down. Now it could be great and like really good insight, but it could also just be like something that never comes out. We are talking about Kanye West over here, even though I do believe it does say down here a promo reel is set to debut on November the 7th. So I guess Kanye West will post something about it. It'll be interesting to see an inside look as to what went down back then. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. Just thought I would mention it. Adidas still putting out some really interesting new models, and here's a little look at some of the cooler upcoming ones which I wanted to quickly just talk about. This model over here is called the Adidas EQT Edge Runner 1, and what it looks like they're doing is they're combining like high-end runner midsole with a kind of lifestyle model upper, which I think is something that Adidas is putting more priority into, is like the lifestyle running crossover for like comfort. The recent Evo SL was a pair of Adidas shoes that I'm super happy about. It's one of my favorite shoes right now for like casual walking around, just max comfort. And I think these things could be very similar. So it looks like they've got a Light Strike Pro midsole, even though they don't have the name on it like the other models. Like there's no Light Strike Pro name here. Same thing with this model, which I've been waiting for Adidas to drop for a long time, and they might not even drop these things. this is the Adidas Wonder Runner, and this is like the armed version, or ARMD, and they've kind of added like some premium materials to it. We just got these two colorways over here. I believe this is a China exclusive. They've already dropped out in like Asia somewhere, but they have not made it to a full global release, which I hope they do, because this is a very interesting model. Either way, just wanted to show you these things. There's official images, so either they're like Asian exclusives, or if you check the Adidas app, I'm sure they're going to be up in the next few days. Crocs are banned. You are not allowed to wear damn Crocs anymore. This is freaking crazy. I didn't think we'd ever see this, but schools across the United States are cracking down on people wearing Crocs. So they've actually banned Crocs being worn in schools in at least 12 different states. Why are they banning Crocs? Well, it's not just because they don't like them, but apparently the gibbets that you can put on the Crocs are distractions. And then also the main concern being that kids are tripping over in Crocs. So here's like, there was a bunch of articles going around of like the ban that schools are putting on them. So Sneaker Legal says here that Crocs stock has dropped slightly due to all of this. And apparently there's a trend, a social media trend, I imagine probably on TikTok, where kids have been recording themselves tripping in Crocs. So it's kind of like they did it to themselves, because I don't know if this was like, you know, fake tripping, or if like people are actually tripping over because of Crocs. I've never heard of that before. Like, Crocs seem like fairly normal shoes. Why would you trip in them? Nevertheless, Crocs are now banned, and I'm sure it's going to hurt their bottom line, because I think that Crocs are a huge trend now, specifically with kids. Obviously, if they're banning them, this must be something that like there's tons of people wearing Crocs out there. Either way, I thought this was freaking hilarious. It's crazy that they're actually banning shoes. Final story for today. We're gonna end off on a hilarious note, because we got a little top 10 list of the most hilarious Skechers knockoffs. Yes, Skechers, a brand where unironically people have recommended or asked me to try out down in the comment section. They've been like, yo, try Skechers. Well, can I try Skechers when they're doing some crazy stuff like this? So let's take a little look. They freaking knocked off the Air Monarchs, which is insane. I mean, Skechers is kind of known for making knockoffs of shoes. They knocked off the On Cloud 5. This is crazy. I'm pretty sure On has patented this midsole technology. How are they getting away with this? They've even knocked off Merrell, which is crazy. Merrell's not like a massive brand, although, like, looking at these, which one's this? Damn, I think I kind of prefer the Skechers version, I ain't gonna lie. The freaking Diamond Supply Co. Nike SB Dunk Low, Skechers, what do they call this one? Cooper Court. Wow, it's like the colors are the same. I guess the shape might even look a little bit more like Air Force One, just a chunkier midsole. Either way, yeah, I could definitely see it. Hey dudes, they have no shame. They really be knocking off, like, what are their original designs? I'd actually like to see that. Damn, the Margielas. Skechers did a freaking pair of Margielas. That's crazy. New Balances, like really like crazy, you know, trail models. They're ripping off those. I mean, I don't know. These two are pretty different. That might be a little bit of a stretch. Oh my lord. This is a Snoop Dogg collab. This one down here with Skechers. So he did a Snoop Dogg collab. They freaking ripped off the Air Max 90. And then, of all things, just to add freaking icing on the freaking cake, they put a Bored Ape in the center with the freaking cheetah print laces. Wow, that is an abomination of a shoe. They ripped off the, what is this? Undercover Nike React Presto, I believe. The Undercover collab, isn't it? That was actually a sick collaboration. But yeah, they ripped off those. Chuck Taylors. Damn, Skechers is really out here. Oh, this is another Snoop Dogg collaboration as well. Wow. Well, hey, just wanted to show you this article. Thought it was pretty hilarious. So there you have it. What do you think of Skechers? That wraps it up for this week. Again, we do this every single Sunday, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way I can always keep you updated. And if you want to check out another video, all you gotta do is click that one right over there.